Good morning, students. Today topics of discussion are sparse matrix and applications of array. Let us start with the sparse matrix. A sparse matrix is a matrix that has a large number of elements with a zero value. In order to efficiently utilize the memory, specialized algorithms and data structure that take the advantage of the sparse matrix are used. If you apply the operations on a sparse matrix using standard matrix structure and algorithms, the execution speed of the algorithm will be slowed down and sparse matrix will consume lot of memory space. Further, sparse data can be easily compressed. There are three types of sparse matrix. One is the lower triangular sparse matrix. Next is the upper triangular sparse matrix. Next is the tri-diagonal sparse matrix. Lower triangular sparse matrix. In lower triangular sparse matrix, all elements above main diagonal have a zero value. Let us take a 4x4 lower triangular matrix. In this, Aij is equal to 0 whenever I is less than equal to j. In this 4x4 lower triangular matrix, you can see first row contains one element, second row contains two elements, third row contains four elements, next row contains the four elements. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4. To store a lower triangular matrix efficiently in the memory, we can use one-dimensional array. The mapping between the two-dimensional matrix and a one-dimensional array can be done in any one of the following ways: row-wise mapping and the column-wise mapping. In row-wise mapping, we will first store all elements of the first row, that is 1. Next, we will store all elements of second row, that is 2, 3. Next, we will store all elements of the next row, that is 4, 5, 6 and so on. In the column-wise mapping, first we will store all elements of the first column, that is 1, 2, 4, 7. Next, we will store all elements of the next column, that is 3, 5, 8 and so on. Here you can see these are the mapping, row-wise mapping, and the next is the column-wise. In row-wise mapping, the elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the column-wise mapping, elements are stored in the order 1, 2, 4, 7, 3, 5, 8, 6, 9, and 10. Upper triangular matrix. In upper triangular matrix, all elements below the main diagonal have a zero value. Here you can see that this is the example of 4x4 upper triangular matrix. In this, Aij is equal to 0 whenever I is greater than j. Now, all elements below the main diagonals, you can see in the pictures, are 0. The main diagonals is 1, 5, 8 and 10. Next is the tri-diagonal sparse matrix. Non-zero value can appear only on the diagonal or immediate above or below the diagonal. Aij, the element Aij is equal whenever I minus j is greater than 1. The main diagonal contains n non-zero elements for I is equal to j. Below the main diagonal, it contains again n minus 1j for I is equal to j plus 1. Above the main diagonal, again it contains n minus 1 non-zero elements for I is equal to j minus 1. Here you can see the example of 6x6 tri-diagonal sparse matrix. The main diagonal elements 4, 1, 3, 2, 1, 7. Below the main diagonals 5, 9, 4, 5, 8. Above the main diagonal 1, 2, 1, 2 and 9. There are three ways of mapping of the tri-diagonal sparse matrix. One is the row wise mapping, next is the column wise mapping, and next is the diagonal wise mapping. Row wise mapping, all elements of the first rows 4 1, then we will store all elements of the next rows, that is 5 1 2, then all elements of the next row 9 3 1, next 4 2 2, and so on. In the column mapping, first we will store all elements of the first column, that is 4 5, then we will store all elements of the next column, that is 1 1 9, 2 3 4, 1 2 5, and so on. In the diagonal wise mapping, we will first store the all elements above the main diagonal, that is 5 9 4 5 8. Then we will store all elements of the diagonal, that is 4 1 3 2 1 7. Next we will store all elements above the main diagonals, that is 1 2 1 2 9. This is the row wise mapping, this is the column wise mapping, and next is the diagonal wise mapping. Array is widely used to implement vector matrices and other kind of rectangular tables. It is used to implement other data structures such as string, stack, queues, heaps, and hash tables. It is also used for storing elements in ascending or descending order. There are some questions on array and sparse matrices. First is the design an algorithm and flowchart to perform following operation on matrices using two-dimensional arrays. First question is the transpose operations on matrix A. It is the transpose matrix, suppose Cij is equal to Aj. Sum of two matrices, hint is Cij is equal to Aij plus Bij. Differences of two matrices, hint is Cij is equal to Aij minus Bij. Product of two matrices, hint is Cij is equal to sigma of Aik into Bkj for k varies from 1 to n. Here matrix A is m cross n and matrix B is n cross r. Is it clear? I'm not going to give a algorithm and flow chart of the question 1, but I will give the solution of the question number 2 and 3. Question number 2 is write an algorithm to convert a given lower triangular and upper triangular sparse matrix into a one-dimensional array. Next question, derive a formula to determine a number of elements in a given lower or triangular sparse matrix. Here's first, let us take n cross n lower triangular sparse matrix which is stored in two-dimensional array n into n, where B is a one-dimensional array. Step 1 is set k is equal to 0, I is equal to 0, and j is equal to 0. I keeps the track of number of non-zero values in a specific row, and also it is used for the row index. J represents column index, k indicates one-dimensional array index. Step 2 is a repetitive statement. Here we repeat steps 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 until I becomes greater than n minus 1. Step 3, j is equal to 0. Step 4, again a repetitive statement. Repeat steps 5 and 6 until j becomes greater than I. Step 5, we will store the elements of the lower triangular sparse matrix into one-dimensional array. Step 6, here we increment the index of k by 1 and index of j by 1. Step 7, I is equal to I plus 1. Step 8 is the. Here you can see the step 2 is the outer loop and step 4 is the inner loop. In step 2, it varies. Here I varies from 0 to n minus 1. Now n is the number of rows in a lower triangular sparse matrix. And in the inner loop, j varies from 0 to I. Okay, means if I is equal to 0, means we will only store one element into one-dimensional array. If I is equal to 2, we will store two elements. into one dimensional array, and I varies from 0 to 1. If I is equal to 2, then j varies from 0, 1 and 2. Okay, this way we can convert a lower triangular sparse matrix into one dimensional array. Let us take the n cross n upper triangular sparse matrix, which is stored again in the array, two-dimensional array n cross n, and B is the one-dimensional array. Here we will use two indices. One is the k and next is the I. K is equal to 0 and I is equal to 0. Here n minus 1 minus I keeps the track of number of non-zero values in a specific row, and here and I is a row index. K indicates index of the one-dimensional array. Step 2 is a repetitive statement. Repeat steps 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 until I becomes greater than n minus 1. Here you can see I varies from 0 to n minus 1, where n is the number of rows in the upper triangular matrix. Here k start from I, and the next step repeat steps 5 and 6 until j becomes greater than n minus 1. Here you can see j varies from I to n minus 1. Next statement bk is equal to aij, and here next statement k is increment by 1 and j is again increment by 1. Step 7 I is equal to I plus 1. Next step 8 is a stop. So in this, with the help of this algorithm, you can convert upper triangular sparse matrix into one dimensional array. Okay. Now next question. Here we are interested to count the number of elements in the lower triangular sparse matrix. Let us take an example of 4 cross 4 triangular sparse matrix. First row contains one element, second row you can see two elements, next row third element, and so on. Number of non-zero elements in the first row 1, second row 2, next row 3, and number of non-zero values in the nth row will be n. Okay. Now, number of non-zero values in the sparse matrix is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 to n. That is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. Next, number of non-zero values in upper triangular sparse matrix. Here again is the example of 4 cross 4 lower triangular matrix. Here you can observe that number of non-zero values in the first row is 4, next row 3, next row 2, and so on. Thus you can see number of non-zero values in the first row is equal to n, where n is the number of rows in the upper triangular sparse matrix, or you can say number of n is the number of columns in the upper triangular sparse matrix. So number of non-zero values in the second row is equal to n minus 2 minus 1, that is n minus 1. Next row n minus 2, and number of non-zero values in the nth row must be equal to 1. Thus we can compute the total number of non-zero elements in the upper triangular matrix will be equal to n plus n minus 1 plus n minus 2 to n, that is equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. Any questions? You can send your question through email and the WhatsApp. Thank you very much.